Welcome back to the AC Pulse. And let me tell you, today's episode isn't polite, it isn't soft, and it's not sanitized. Because I'm done watching these big foundations and funders manipulate, gaslight, and gatekeep the very people who built this community. You know, last week I sat in a meeting at a foundation that holds 90 million in local arts and culture funding. 90 million. And they invited us, all their grantees, former grantees, folks like me who aren't even their grantees anymore, to a feedback session. No dinner, no compensation, no real plan, agenda, or outline, just free data collection for them. Because feedback is currency, and they know it. Speaking of currency, today's episode of the AC Pulse is unofficially brought to you by Reality Trademark. The free, unlimited subscription you can't cancel, outrun, or unsubscribe from. Tired? Overwhelmed? Feeling like the universe is personally targeting you? Realize it's not a glitch. It's just reality. Trademark. Reminding you that dreams don't work unless you do. Side effects may include questioning everything, sudden bursts of clarity, a deep burning urge to stop giving a damn what people think and finally bet on yourself. Reality. Trademark. Proudly serving wake-up calls since the dawn of time. Now, back to the show. Here's the truth that no one in that room was saying. That wasn't a feedback session. That was a data mining operation. They gathered us to tell them what's wrong. They gathered us to say what we need. And then they're going to write a report, pat themselves on the back, and say they listened to the community. But let me tell you something. If you're the one with $90 million in your hands and you're asking us to come up with the solutions, you're not doing your job. You're outsourcing your labor. You're performing equity. They gathered us and asked, what do you need? What's missing? What's the barrier? And every single person that spoke up in that room said the same thing. We need space. We need access. We need sustainability. But when I spoke up and I told the entire room point blank, I'm petitioning this very foundation to buy a building for this community with every single one of your names on the list, and I'm working on a sustainable model so everyone in this room can thrive. The grants director, my bestie Tina, looked me dead in the face and pretended like we'd never met. Also said, I'm writing that down. Even though she told me months ago to apply for the very grant she's now gatekeeping. They don't want solutions. They want control. They want credit. They want authority. And why can't we rely on their money? Here's the big truth. We cannot rely on outside funding. We cannot rely on institutions that have never walked in our shoes, never risked what we risk, never carried what we carry. Because money is power, and the people with money get to decide who stays at that table. And I'm done playing their game. I don't want their table. I don't want their crumbs. I don't want their pats on my back. Because here's what they don't want you to realize. The power has always been with us. The artists, the culture carriers, the visionaries, the people who keep showing up long after the grants dry up. Let me tell you, the revival is coming. This isn't about funding anymore. This is about a revival. We are going to build and have been building our own table, our own structure, our own economy, rooted in community, rooted in equity, rooted in art and culture that serves the people, not the funders. I'm not interested in grants that come with strings attached. I'm not interested in spaces built off the backs of free labor and unpaid emotional work. I want liberation, not permission. Today's episode is loosely, chaotically, and unapologetically brought to you by Madam Kia's Law Offices of Beats and Bangers, trademark, where every beat is legally binding and every bass drop comes with a cease and desist to your excuses. At Madam Kia's, we don't just break the rules, we remix them. We sample the chaos, we drop bars and charges at the same damn time. Need a beat that bangs harder than a gavel? Need a ruling that says you're officially that bitch? Call Madam Kia. No consultation fee, just pure conviction. Madam Kia's Law. In bass, we trust. In rhythm, we riot. And Kia, we obey. Now back to your regularly scheduled awakening. So, to the funders, the foundations, and the people like Tina sitting on 90 million and throwing chips and coffee at dinner time at us, their unpaid outsourced labor, like that's enough. Keep your money, keep your chips, keep your bureaucracy. We're done building your dreams while starving our own. The revival is already happening, and it's happening without you. You've been listening to the AC Pulse. We pulse because we're alive, because we're moving, and because we're unstoppable. If this sparks something in you, don't just sit with it. Move with it. Protect it. Pass it forward. Share this episode. Leave a review. And wake the fuck up. Challenge the systems that need to fall and build the ones that need to rise. Stay rooted, stay brave, and I'll meet you right back here where the pulse never dies.